Okay, so my name is Antoine Schmitt, and I'm a visual artist, and I make installations. My main subject is movement. This is what I'm interested in. Movement as a shape and as a concept. What I like is to talk about movement as a quality, the quality of movement, which means how things move, but also the cause of movement, which is why things move, and the relationship between the cause and the quality, the shape of the movement. So this is really my main central subject. So all my artworks usually display movement, which is mostly in the form of actions, things that act. And I focus, they are usually very minimal and abstract, and they focus really on the movement as such. So there is as little image as possible. There is no figuration, no figurative images. It's mainly dots, lines. Usually there is no color, rectangles, and movement. It moves. Okay, this is the main focus of the work. Yeah, usually. What can I say? So it can be a work for galleries, for inside, for gallery space and walls. Typically like a painting that moves in a way, so it's projected on a wall or on a screen, flat screen on the wall, which is like a moving painting. Also, most recently, I've made a few artworks in urban sites, like on buildings, on huge scale on buildings, or with buildings, using buildings as the source of light and movement. So this is really interesting because it goes to the public. There is a more subtle relationship to the wider public. For Pixel Noir is the work which I'm showing at iMAL, and Pixel Noir is centered around a black painting, black square painting, which is hung on the wall, which is about 40 centimeters wide. It's a black square, totally black, and it's on the wall. And around this black square painting, there is a cloud of white pixels that moves on the wall. So it's free to move on the whole wall. It moves in a generative manner. It's always different. It has its own behavior, which I wrote. And even though I wrote it, it's generative, so I don't master exactly what's happening. I'm surprised myself. I only wrote the score or the behavior, but then it's free to act this way. So it's really free to wander on the wall, this cloud of pixels. But it has one specific behavior, which is that it is attracted obsessively by the black painting, which is in the middle of the wall. So there is this psychological and physical relationship between the movement of the pixels and the white fixed, and the black fixed painting, which is in the middle of the wall. So the subject for me is twofold. It's the first subject is really the relationship between a moving entity and a fixed entity. So the moving entity is really obsessed by the fixed entity. So there is this kind of relationship between the two. There is also the relationship between light and matter, because what I didn't say is that the cloud of pixels, it is attracted by the painting, but it never can go on the painting. So it bounces on it, it rubs around it. There is friction between the light and the painting itself. And so that's the second subject, the subject of the friction between light and matter. And the third subject is really the relationship between digital art and art history, because of course the black painting is an homage to Malevich, to the black painting of Malevich. And this piece, in a way, talks about the obsessive relationship between digital art and traditional art, in a way. So attraction and impossibility of contact. So it's a kind of secondary subject. Okay. So that's Pixel Noir.